The King Center, founded by Coretta Scott King, is the official institution of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy, championing and developing nonviolent leaders. In 2024, we impacted over 100,000 youth, equipped 150 interns, and trained over 2,000 leaders in nonviolent strategies. Join King 100 as we build King Center 2.0, empower 500,000 youth, and train 1 million individuals on Nonviolence 365. Join the movement at thekingcenter.org. Text MLKGIVE to 44321.
Students with King serves as the King Center's flagship engagement platform for elementary, middle, and high school students, highlighting the legacies of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Mrs. Coretta Scott King, and the impact of the 20th century American Civil Rights Movement. Our dynamic and interactive programming has reached over 1 million students worldwide. Our core learning programs introduce students to the philosophy of Kingian nonviolence, coined Nonviolence 365, and provide important lessons about how they can apply nonviolence in their immediate environments. Whether you're an educator who is looking for ways to bring the King legacy into your classroom, a student who wants to learn more about this powerful moral movement, or a parent who wants to get your child involved in character building and literacy development activities, Students with King is your one-stop shop for unique lesson plans, teaching resources, educational field trips, and other opportunities to engage with the history of the American Civil Rights Movement and its powerful leaders. We look forward to engaging with you and your students. Together we can build the next generation of compassionate, courageous, and conscientious leaders.
Good morning and welcome to another amazing edition of Students with King Reading Corner. I am your moderator, Tyreek Wynn, morning news anchor right here in Georgia. And I am so excited about this amazing edition of Students with King Reading Corner. It's the November edition. Everybody's gearing up for the holidays. We are so excited about this one right here. So y'all already know how we kick it off. We got to kick it off with the state roll call. So go ahead, let us know where you guys are tuning in from. We want to hear your classroom, your state, your city, all that good stuff. Go ahead and shout those things out right now. We want to check you guys out in the comments. So while you guys are doing that, I want to point y'all to a couple of things, a survey, right? So let's kick off with our survey. So we have our survey that we would love for you guys to fill out. You guys can check that out. That is in the top corner of your screen. And you guys can check that out and let us know what you think about Students with King Reading Corner. Let us know what you think about us and how we can better improve for Students with King Reading Corner as well. So we'd love to hear your thoughts. And then also you guys can check out our donation link as well, our donation QR code. So if you put your phone up right there to that QR code, you can go ahead and scan to donate to the King Center. Your donations helps us invest in our youth, invest in our future, invest in hope, invest in meeting the moment and championing change. So make sure you guys donate right now to the King Center today, or you can head over to the website, thekingcenter.org, and you guys can donate there as well. So let's go ahead and get right into the book reading. And guys, make sure y'all continue to let us know where y'all are tuning in from. We would love to shout some of you guys out. So before we move any further, I gotta bring in our amazing author who's gonna be reading with us today. This one is gonna be great, guys. So we have author and student Chris Allen. He will be reading his children's book, Chasing hats. This inspiring, uplifting book motivates youth to read and teaches them that they can be anything they want to be in life if they put all into it. So let's go ahead and bring up Chris in right now. Chris, thank you so much for joining us this morning. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank y'all. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So it's great to have you, man. Appreciate you so much for taking the time out to come and read your book to the students. So let's go ahead and get into the book reading. And then after, guys, make sure y'all are thinking of some questions that you guys can ask Mr. Chris. You guys can put those questions in the comments, and then we will get to some of those when the book reading has concluded during Q&A. So let's go ahead and get into the book reading.
Chasing Hats, written by Christopher A. Allen and illustrated by Olani Olufumi. This is Chase. Chase has been thinking about what he wants to be when he grows up. What should Chase be? This is Chase's mom. Chase's mom is a nurse. Should Chase be a nurse? This is Chase's dad. Chase's dad is in the military. Should Chase join the military? This is Chase's grandmother. Chase's grandmother is a chef. Should Chase be a chef? This is Chase's neighbor. Chase's neighbor is a firefighter. Should Chase be a firefighter? This is Chase's uncle. Chase's uncle is a police officer. Should Chase be a police officer? As it starts getting dark, Chase looks up at the stars and the moon, imagining space. Should Chase be an astronaut? Chase falls asleep dreaming of what he wants to be. The next day, Chase asked his mom, "What should I be? What should I become when I grow up?" His mom told him, "You can be anything you want to be as long as you put your all into it." Chase smiled. Chase knew he could be anything he wanted to be, no matter what hat he decided to wear. So here's a little message for all the kids out there. You can be anything you want to be in life as long as you put your, I'm going to say it 4 times for you because I want you to really lock this in. All in, all in, all in, all in. But I'm not done there. I'm not done there. You can wear any hat you want in life as long as you put your, One more time. I'm going to say it 4 more times so that way you really lock it in. You're all in, all in, all in, all in. The end. Thank you.
Amazing. Fantastic. Loved it. Man, that was awesome, man. So I really like that this book is really career driven, and the fact that it focuses on telling people to put their all into it, right? Because that is a truth that you can be anything you want to be as long as you put your all into it. You get focused. I like how you use locked in. That's a term that a lot of people are using now is get locked in and stuff. And so yeah, if you want to if you want something to happen, you got to get locked in about it. So I really love it, man. I want to start off with this, right? So why do you feel that it was important to? I mean, there were plenty of topics you can write books on. Why write a topic on this book specifically, or why this topic specifically?
Yes. So actually, Chasing Hats is a story actually about me. Although I'm still in college and you're supposed to have that major decided and you're supposed to know what you want to do when you graduate, I'm still at that point where I'm not exactly sure what I want to do when I graduate. I've changed my major a couple times, but I do know that I want to graduate and that I want to be successful. So Chasing Hats is kind of how I look at life. I'm looking at all my different friends, all my different family members. I have friends that are firefighters, police officers. My grandmother's a chef. I have my dad was in the military. My mom was a nurse. So I'm looking at all these different people in my life, and I'm like, what should I be doing? And I'm still not sure about it, and that can be kind of hard, especially for young children when they're at that age, whether it be in elementary school, middle school, or high school. What do you want to be when you grow up? A lot of them say, I'm not sure, or I don't know yet, or I want to be like mommy, or I want to be like daddy, or I want to be like auntie or uncle. So I kind of wanted to make a guide for young kids to let them know that it doesn't matter what you want to be. It doesn't matter if you don't know what you want to be. As long as you put your all into it, you can truly be anything and do anything in life.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And it's funny because when you are asked as a kid what you want to be, it's going to continue to change from when you little to you actually get an adult. Like I remember I wanted to, like for me, when I was younger, I wanted to be a judge, right? And now I'm a news anchor. Two totally different.
Hey, it's still cool.
It's still cool. Yeah. And that's how it happens because I remember when I was learning about the career because I was like, my parents were like, well, if you want to do this, you got to get serious. You got to learn about it. And then I found out how much school that was going to be. I was like, I'm good on that. Let me pivot over here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, and that, and it's not that I didn't like school. It was just that law school and all of that. It just seemed like a lot. So I was like, well, I'm going to leave that to the people that was destined for it. I'm going to go to TV. And I love what I do. So. But yeah, that just goes to show you it's gonna change, right? It could be two completely different things, at different times. So that's just kind of how it goes with careers. I also do want to remind the audience: go ahead, put your questions in the comments. Let us know where you guys are tuning in, where you guys are watching from, and then also comment your questions for Chris Allen about his book. Oh, we got a question from Shamika Parker. Shamika Parker says, "What made you write this story?"
So I actually wrote this story because I do actually have a little brother, and his name is actually Chase. So he's currently in middle school, and my little brother asks me all the time. He asks me the most random questions in life. He'll be like, what does this mean? Or what is this? Or where is this at? Obviously like kids do. He'll ask me anything you could possibly think of. So I kind of know that he's going to get to that point where he's going to be saying, what do I want to be when I grow up? I'm not sure if they ask them in middle school right now or if they're waiting till they get to, their final grades. But I know for a fact he's going to be wondering what he wants to be. And I just wanted to give him a goal of something he could look up to. Like I didn't really have, somebody to kind of ask like that. I would always ask my mom a lot, hey, what should I do? Which is why she's in the story. So for my brother, I want him to be able to read this book and say, well, my brother told me I could do anything and I can be anything. And I just kind of wanted to give him a guide.
Yeah, that's really important, man. Definitely kudos to you on that. And so that's really important because when it comes to careers, right? It's so much uncertainty, and it's so many different fields you can go in, so many different things you can do, a lot of different requirements and stuff. And so, it's always important that now we're taking that time, like you said, put your all into it. We're taking that time to explore different options and figure out exactly what we want to do or what we might be interested in. And then, you're fortunate enough to have a family that is in different career paths, right? So you have an opportunity to explore different career paths. Like I know I heard chef, I heard nurse, and those kinds of things. Hey, look, chef. Hey, look, man, listen, I'm a
Look,
foodie.
we all like to eat.
Look, we all like to eat. That's what I'm saying. So, hey, look, sometimes you can make people, if you can make people happy, that was like a career where you can make people happy. I always think that's like a really great career choice, because who doesn't like, everybody likes to eat. Everybody eats every day. Chef, it just sounds like a great career field to me. And I love cooking shows too. So I'm always watching cooking shows. So yeah. All right. We got another question from Shamika Parker. She says, how did you start writing? Comes from Flat Shoals Elementary in Conyers. Okay, shout out Conyers. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
So I actually love to write. One of my favorite things in school was always like English class or writing, anything writing courses, especially in college. My favorite courses are like the English, the writing, the medical aspects of trying to put those in my papers. I've always been into the creative freestyle writing rather than the actual research paper writing, but it is still something that I like to do. If I could choose any assignment in college, I would choose to write a paper, just because I feel like it's the easiest way to show that you've retained information while at the same time portraying what you want to get your point across to someone when they're reading your paper.
Yeah, got you. Well, you and I are the complete opposite. I was not for writing the 10-page papers. That was not me. I did not like it. That was not my thing. I tried to steer clear. I was like, just give me a big homework assignment or something. But the paper, I wasn't feeling it.
It's not that bad. Yeah. Once you get halfway through the paper, it's just kind of like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
it's really trying to figure out where you start. Where you start is kind of usually the hard part, to me at least.
That's the thing right there. It's trying to figure out where to start, and then topic, depending on exactly what what you're supposed to be writing about and how you want to format it and all that stuff.
Exactly.
It can be a lot.
Because I mean, once you get your topic. Yeah, exactly. Because once you get your topic, you kind of know, okay, well, I know I can talk about this and then this and then this. So, yeah. Yeah,
of course. So kids, look forward to those college research papers, all those essays y'all gonna be writing, because they come. Yeah, they are definitely coming, man. I also want to remind the audience, go ahead, put your comments in the chat so we can get to some of those. We got another question. Says, another student asked how you can get started writing books. It's a great question. How can I get started?
Yes. So for me, the way I got started was I have a lot of, powerful people in my life. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, you always want to surround yourself by people that can, help you do better than where you're at in life, or people you can become. I have a lot of friends in my life, or a lot of people who, held high positions, and a lot of them are actually authors. So I thought it was cool because I never knew that someone that looked like me could become an author. I never knew that someone who is just, a person who just graduated high school or is in college could actually become an author. I thought it had to be somebody who was already, like rich, or somebody who was already in those powerful career fields. I didn't know anybody could be an author. And to all the kids out there listening and watching this, you can be an author. It's definitely possible. If you have something that you want to give, if you have a message you want to tell the world, become an author. It can be anything as simple as just something that's in your mind, an idea. Chasing Hat started off as an idea about me not knowing what I wanted to be, and I decided to turn it into a book. So it's always possible, and it's really simple. I started looking up YouTube videos on how to actually become an author. I watched probably like 100 different videos on what I needed to do, where I needed to go. Yeah. And finally, after I did all my research, I started actually going through it with all the different reviews. And I said, okay, I'm going to use, I published through Kindle Direct Publishing. And I was looking at the different publishers and trying to decide where I wanted to go through, but I figured that would be the best for me since it was my first book. So it's obviously, it's a little bit of work, obviously, of course. I won't tell a story, but it is fun. And once you finish, you're amazed to see the product that you've made. Like, this is literally like the cover. You know what I mean? Like when I worked with my illustrator and we came up with this, and I was telling him my ideas, and he was giving me the finished products of the drawings. It was amazing to see two heads combine to make this book. So, and would love to do it again, and I'm actually doing it again, and excited to release my next book.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's fantastic. And I like the fact that you said, anybody can write a book. And I like that because we have to realize that all of us have a story to tell. So all of us have a book in us, right? Just got to put it on paper. Just got to get to work. Got to lock in, put your all into it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Awakening Democracy in India says, very good discussion. We appreciate you guys so much tuning in.
Thank you.
Well, and then before we get to that question, I do want to ask the Chasing Hats. I got to ask this, right? Did you come up with that title by the saying, I wear many hats? Is that how you came up with that? Just curious.
So no, I actually have a friend, and I'm gonna give her a little shout out. Her name is Samaya, and she's like my person. I'm always talking with her. I'm always asking her for advice. She's like one of the coolest people in the world. So I was walking her through all my ideas. Anything I ever do, I always walk it through her. I don't know why. I'm sure she's tired of me. She tells me all the time she's gonna build me. So I was talking to her one day, and I was like, I know I got all these different book titles. Let me read them down the list for you. And I told her all the ideas I had, and she said, I see what you're trying to do, but she was like, well, why don't you just make it Chasing Hats? Because I wanted to call it Austin's Hats. I had every name in the world on a list going down, and I could never have gotten to that without her. So I do appreciate her for that. And I love the name, especially because I wanted to incorporate my little brother Chase into the story. So to give him the title and have it Chasing with Chase, that kind of just means something to me, and it's kind of in my heart. And then I also like it too because the little boy on there, like I said, he's supposed to be a representation of me, but I made him my little brother. And he's wearing a green shirt. And fun fact, me and my brother's favorite color is actually green. So I kind of like that there are like little pieces and aspects to the book that are actually, unique to my life,
Yeah. You rocking the green suit right now. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Staying fresh. Lynn Jefferson Salter says, love the book. Thank you so much, Lynn, for tuning in.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Then we got another question. Says, why did you put affirmations at the end? This comes from Illinois. Appreciate y'all tuning in as well.
Yes, I love that question. Actually, I love telling this story. So my last name is actually Allen, Allen. So I was talking to my brother one day. So special shout out to you, big bro. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted kind of like my stamp to be. And I'm shocked to say this because I know he's gonna hold this over my head, but he's amazing with coming up with like different names and titles and things and different aspects. But what I love about my big bro is he said, why don't you put a dash in between Allen and make it All In? So you could do anything within it. You can say All In Productions, All In Photography, All In Studios, All In Visuals. So he was giving me so much that I could do with that, and I ran with it. So I wanted to incorporate All In into the book. And it not only just my big brother, I want to also give a special shout out to his wife. His wife was amazing. She was very instrumental into helping me create this book. She's a powerful reader. She has her own mini library in her house, and she reads hundreds of books upon thousands. She lives at Barnes and Nobles. She loves Books a Million. And I just like without both of them, honestly, together helping me create this book probably wouldn't have happened. Not only my brother with the ideas, but also his amazing wife for just, showing me what I needed to do to actually make a book. Because I do read, but I don't read as much as her. So she was amazing telling me, oh, well, most books have this and most books have that. And a lot of children, want this when they look at a book. So I just really appreciate them. And once again, special shout out to you, Kel and Dynasty. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great, man. And it's also good to have that close corner of people that can give you you can run stuff by, like you're talking about your best friend from earlier. You can, have those people to run stuff by, help you come up with good ideas. And then another part, it also helps to have a great last name. So when you have a great last name, yeah,
like,
you
can
mom and dad play off of it. Exactly. We got C-Jack says, Mr. Allen, so proud of you with the emoji.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And then one student said their favorite color is pink.
Hey, let me tell you, I like all the colors. I tried to incorporate as many colors as I could into the book. because I know a lot of kids do like bright colors and different colors. So I wanted to try to, that's kind of why I wanted all the hats on the cover. I thought kids would have thought it was cool to have not only a stack of hats, like, why is that little boy wearing all those hats, but also I wanted to add as many colors as possible.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And just want to remind everybody, if y'all look at the bottom of the screen, that is the information where you guys can go and purchase the book as well. So make sure you guys take a look and see all the places you can purchase the book. Make sure you guys go support Chris Allen and his book, Chasing Hats, right? Okay, so we got time for probably a little bit more, probably like 2 more questions, right? So want to actually ask you this, right? When it comes to, because you're in college, right? So what I want to know is, because this might be good. I know we're dealing with young kids here, but of course, they're eventually, some of them might run into this, where I know you said right now you're not really quite sure exactly what you want to do. But what I want to know is, since you didn't know what you wanted to do, how did you go about actually choosing a school? Because I know a lot of times people like to, figure out what they want to do first, and then based off of that, figure out what college has that major, and then they go to that college. So I wanted to know, how did you make your decision, since, you're still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was in high school, I applied for a lot of colleges. I did get accepted a few places, but I decided to stay home just because, like I said, I'm born and raised from Mobile, Alabama. So this is home. My family's all here. There was kind of no need for me to leave. My whole life, I was kind of treated with a lot of freedom. And I honestly felt like I was 18 before I was 18. So I wasn't like one of those people who felt like I needed to get away from home. I felt like home was the place to stay. And University of South Alabama is actually 10 minutes up the road from where I was living. So I decided to just go there. And I actually did a couple years at the University of South Alabama. And now I've actually transferred to finish my final year at the University of West Florida.
Wow. Okay, nice. That's awesome, man. So yeah, that's a good way to go about it. And then it's good you get to stay at home as well. So that's awesome, man. Mobile not too far from here either. So yeah, pretty close too. I definitely pass through there going to visit certain places when I'm traveling and stuff. So yeah, man, that's fantastic. And so we got time for one more question, then we'll be able to close it out. So want to close it out with this. If you can go ahead and just tell everybody once again where they can get the book, and then also how they can follow you, connect with you. I'm sure, like you said, you do a book tour, so I'm sure you go to schools and speak. So if you want to tell people how they can book you for that as well, go ahead and give people that information.
Yes, absolutely. So Chasing Hats is available at Amazon, Books A Million, The Haunted Bookshop if you live in Mobile, Alabama, as well as Baldwin and Company, or Baldwin and Co. located in New Orleans. I'm excited and thankful for all these places that have picked up my book to try to increase literacy awareness in children of all ages. That was the goal. I didn't write the book to try to make money or anything like that. I wrote the book to try to give back to youth. And try to encourage them, like I said, once again, that they can be anything they want to be as long as they put their all into it. That's my overall message. That's the goal. A portion of the proceeds from all my books actually does go to me creating a scholarship fund, and I'm going to give that to current college students. I plan on graduating in 2026 with my bachelor's degree, and I plan on awarding the first scholarship soon after graduating. So anything that could possibly help give back to the youth, not only grades K-5, but also those still currently in college, is amazing. While being a current college student, I did notice a lack of scholarships, and I wanted to become one of those people who could give back to their community. So thank you.
Yeah, fantastic, man. Well, congratulations to you on everything you got going on. Definitely wish you the best of luck. And I really like the scholarship idea. I like the fact that you're using this as an opportunity to give back to other students as well. So definitely kudos to you on that. Chris, thank you so much for taking time to join us here on Students with King Reading Corner. We really appreciate you. And hey, when you come out with some more books, I'm sure we'd be more than happy to have you back again. So we appreciate you so much for taking the time. And guys, thank y'all so much for taking time to tune in to this amazing edition of Students with King Reading Corner. Before we close out, just a couple of housekeeping things. Make sure y'all take our survey. It's up, the QR code. If you see it's up in the corner of your screen, you guys can go ahead and take a look at that QR code and go ahead and scan that to take our survey for Students with King Reading Corner. Let us know how we're doing here at Students with King Reading Corner so we can improve the program and make it better for you. Also, guys, we want you guys to donate to the King Center. So you guys can also scan this QR code right here. This investment helps us. It's an investment in our youth. It's an investment in our future, investment in hope, investment in meeting the moment and championing change. So make sure you guys donate today to the King Center. And then you can also donate on our website as well. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in to this amazing edition of Students with King Reading Corner. Make sure y'all stay tuned in. Also visit the website. We have KHO King Holiday that is coming up in January. So that's going to be big. It's going to be grand. Have a lot of amazing events coming up. And then we will also have a Reading Corner event during KHO week as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned in for those announcements. We'll be posting those on our social media. You guys can take a look at the website for the whole list of schedule for King Holiday events. Thank y'all so much once again for allowing me to be your moderator. I'm Tyreek Wynn. We'll see you guys next time.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bernice A. King.
And I'm Dr. Kimberly P. Johnson.
And we are the co-authors of
It Starts With Me. Well, it starts with me.
No, I think it really starts with me.
No.
Well, maybe it just starts with you.
It starts with you.
This is a book for children and the rest of the world about love. A powerful word that really can change and transform our world. Now, this girl here is Amora. So Amora is going to take us on a journey around the world with her friends, talking about how we can be loved.
Thank you so much for reading this book. It Starts With Me. Dr. King's vision is coming to life, and you guys are going to carry that vision into the world. Have fun reading.
We want our children and you parents to be loved in the way you speak, in the way you act, and in the way you think. That's what it starts with me about. It starts with me. I am the one who infects the world with love.
It starts with me.
We join hands with people around the world who yearn for peace. We are tired of other people making decisions for us. We want to control what happens to us. We want to write our own history. We want to tell our own story because we feel that we know it better than anyone else.